Hello, and welcome to Radio NIGP. Thank you so much for joining us again today. My name is Bobby Tolston, and our topic for today is a forum for connecting, innovating, and growing. With our annual forum coming up in August, this is such an exciting topic to discuss. I'm very excited about attending forum in person this year in Boston. I enjoy attending the forum each year because I always learn something new to share with my staff and other stakeholders throughout my agency. Whether you're planning to attend the annual forum in person or virtually, we have the opportunity to connect you with colleagues, learn new innovative ways to perform everyday tasks, and an opportunity to grow as a procurement professional. My friends on the show have more exciting news to share, so stick around and listen to the rest of the show. We look forward to seeing you in Boston. Take care. Until next time.
Hi, my name is Don Buffum. I'm with Radio NIGP Hot Topics, and today with me is Kevin Yin and David Nash, and we're going to talk about what is probably one of the hottest topics, and that's the NIGP Forum. It's coming up in Boston in August, and I, for one, am just super excited to be planning on attending it. I'm registered. I've got my hotel rooms. I'm still booking my air flights, but I'm going to be there. Today, we just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like to be at Forum, and I just want to start out with just asking, what's a day in the life at Forum for you, Kevin Yin?
So for me, it's all planned out. So I plan two different ways. One, with the NIGP app. So as soon as that comes out, I'm just going to go on there and jot down all of the classes that I like to take. And then I also, in addition to that, I will add the second runner-up or the second options in case the first one doesn't work or wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Then that way I have the first option, which is usually most of the times it's right on because the description is pretty good. And then the second part, that just to make sure that I have my plan with me at all times, and in case there's glitches with internet, whatever, I have like a one-sheeter, just a spreadsheet that has the date of the forum and then the time slots, and those time slots are filled with exactly mirroring what's in the app. And the neat part with the paper, because I can jot little notes, the free time is also jotted down with certain things that I want to do. So if either I planned ahead of time to meet up with folks or certain folks that I want to connect with while I'm there because I haven't seen them in so long, usually in a year period. So that's what I typically do, is mapping out what my time is like at Forum, and mainly just to maximize the time that I have at Forum. So,
okay,
Dave?
Yeah, that app is absolutely essential. I don't know how many years now they've been doing that, but as soon as it's available, I download that thing and I go through and I start picking out classes I want to attend. And I usually start off by looking at the speakers, who's speaking on what subject, because I've got several favorites that I always like to go and watch their presentations. And then I'll look for things that I was pointed out before. I'm not an active practitioner anymore. I've been retired over 14 years. So I tend to look for things that are kind of new to the field or sound like they're new. It's just so I can gain some information, gain some insight into what's going on in those particular areas. I still teach for NIGP, so I think it's important to have some knowledge or be able to discuss some of these things when they come up. But yeah, that app is definitely the way to go. I don't plug my free time in as much as it sounds like Kevin does, but try to keep my options open on that. But there is so much in there in the schedule to pick from that it's just a golden opportunity before you get there to go through and choose what it is you want to see and listen to.
I guess the only difference is that I've already printed out the list of all the sessions, and I've gone through and circled which ones I'm interested in, so that when I get that app, I'm going to just go plug in those.
Right.
The other thing to remember is that we're going to be starting each day early with Radio NIGP live at Forum, and then into the evening with different events. So it's a matter of scheduling each day so that I know where I'm supposed to be and when I'm supposed to be there, so I don't leave saying, oh, I left something on the table. I want to get everything I can out of it.
Okay.
So, Dave, what's your favorite part of Forum?
Well, it's got to be the people, and it's especially poignant this year because we have not been together for 3 years now since Austin. So I'm really looking forward to just seeing people smiling across the room, waving, shaking hands, hugging folks, having all kinds of catch-up conversations and things like that. So that's what I'm looking for. The energy that's just going to come from that is, I think, going to be amazing. So that's what I'm really looking forward to this year.
Great, Kevin.
Yeah, me too. I'll echo that with what Dave said. But and for me, it is about the people and the connection that you make while you're at Forum. And I mean, not to discount Zoom and WebEx and Teams. This platform has given us so much. And I mean, I've gotten a chance to meet people that I would never have met had it not been for this medium. And so I'm grateful for the electronic version, but holy smoke, it is amazing just to have that face-to-face, that interaction, that proximity to another human being, a peer. It's I'm not overly extrovert, but I do get a lot of energy when I'm surrounded by other people. And that sounds like vampire-ish, but but I do. It's amazing the energy that I get just by being around people, absorbing that energy. And then, and especially when you're connecting with folks that are doing the same thing as you do, that synergy propels you to do more, right? And so, yeah, definitely the people, and what I'm looking so forward to seeing a bunch of folks, peers that I haven't seen in quite a while.
Yeah.
Don, what about you?
It's universal. I mean, it's the people we haven't seen for a while, the students that we had in the class 10 years ago, being able to see them, but also the speakers, the plenary speakers who give really inspirational talks first thing in the morning, and then going to different classes and seeing my peers and hearing what they're doing. It's inspiring, it's invigorating, and kind of recharges me to go back and see what I can do at my own office. So yeah, it's people, it's connections, it's sharing ideas, it's all those great things. So
Absolutely.
Kevin, there's the trade show, the expo. How do you approach the expo?
So for me, it's kind of a formula, and mainly because we don't have a lot of time to visit the expo. But the first thing I typically do is actually walk through the entire expo floor, and just to kind of get a general idea of who's there. And what I also try to do is visit about, I would say, a quarter of them, 25%, which is a lot of vendors when you really think about it. And I'm not sure if I even get to that point, but typically I want to thank the folks that are there, the vendors who are there, for their support of by being at the forum, right? By being at forum, just so that, and it probably came out of when I was on the member council, because I know that for these vendors to be there, what they're paying to be there is offsetting the cost for us to be at forum, and so making it more affordable. And that's what I wanted to express, why I wanted to thank them for being there, for their support. But the other thing that I typically do is ask the vendor, what do they hope to gain by being at Forum?
Right.
And so not surprisingly, it's the answer. The first time I heard it was that they wanted to learn more about us, right, and what we do, and why we do what we do, and that was inspiring for me.
Right.
Which is why I keep asking the question, because maybe one day I'll learn something else that why they want to be there, right?
Right.
So that's my approach to the expo.
Dave, what about you?
Yeah, I tended to go in and thank the vendors that I had contracts with currently, and thank them for attending the show and supporting us and everything else. And then that'd be a couple minutes, and I'd move on so they could talk to other folks that they didn't already do business with. And then I'd kind of look for new things out there in the vendor community, new processes, new products that I was perhaps unaware of. I had a very interesting conversation several years ago at a trade show with an LED vendor, and I didn't realize how far that whole commodity had progressed. So that was kind of an interesting conversation. But like Kevin, I also was very appreciative of these folks coming. It's not inexpensive to be a trade show participant, and a lot of them they understand why we do business the way we do. They just want to be part of it. They want to support us. So I often thank vendors for attending a trade show.
Good deal. Guys, I know we could talk for hours about the forum and all the excitement about it, but the bottom line is it's coming up in a couple of months. We're going to be there. I'm going to wear shoes that are easy to walk in because we're doing a lot of walking. I got to bring a lot of business cards to share with my peers as well as the vendor community. But more than anything else, I just look forward to seeing you guys and everybody else there.
Right.
This is Radio NIGP, Hot Topics, signing off. See you at Forum.
Okay, take care.
Greetings, Radio NIGP listeners. This month on Radio NIGP, we're talking about the upcoming NIGP Forum, both virtual and in person in Boston. We, in Legally Speaking, decided to take a look and see what were the presentations at Forum that had a particular legal slant to them. And there's a couple that I'd like to highlight for your attention. The first one is scheduled on Monday, August 22nd, shows up on the schedule at 9:30 in the morning, and it's called Here Comes the Judge, Procurement in the Courtroom. Now, this is a repeat presentation that we've seen. It's a reprise of a presentation we've seen at previous forums. It features a whole cast of characters and luminaries, folks that are very active both in the Institute and in the profession. And they're going to be doing a role play where they talk about a scenario that's full of some issues. And I recommend this one to your attention because as we each make decisions and judgment calls, sometimes they involve risk and we're not sure where this might lead to. It's kind of interesting to see if it ever did lead to litigation and end up in a courtroom, how would things play out? Well, that's what this presentation is all about. It has the virtue of being highly entertaining and highly educational. So I recommend that one to you quite a bit. The second one is on Wednesday, August 24th, and on the schedule at 1:15 in the afternoon. And it's called, Does It Really Say That? A Look at Legal Cases Affecting Procurement. Now, this one's presented by Kirk Buffington, who has been involved in, for instance, writing the legal aspects textbook. Kirk has a good handle on a lot of the interesting legal cases that have come out and what the courts have decided in the end. Just like with Here Comes the Judge, it's very instructive to take a look at some of the issues that we grapple with. I'm sure you've all faced them. And yet you're not ever quite sure, should it ever end up in a courtroom, how would the court see things? Would they see it the same way you do? Well, that's what this session's about, taking a look at things that might surprise you, things that might confirm your judgment. So that's another segment that I highly recommend to you. That's pretty much it for our look at Forum. Next month, we'll be back with another segment talking about a completely different subject. Until then, thanks very much.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Kirk Buffington with you from Radio NIGP. And today I have the pleasure of discussing the upcoming face-to-face forum with Carrie Winter. And Carrie Winter is the NIGP's Director of Events and Program Delivery. And if there's ever you needed a question answered about forum, she's always been the one to go to. I was fortunate enough to serve with Carrie, we're talking years ago, when I was on the forum committee. Which was one of my best committee experiences I've ever had. And forums have always just been tremendous events. And let me say for the record, the last 2 years, you guys have done an amazing job.
Thank you.
And especially 2020, that was the first year you had to, that was the first year.
Yeah.
I mean, you pivoted amazingly quickly and amazingly well. And I just want to thank you and congratulate you and your staff. And I know it was a tremendous number of people who managed to put that together. And then you improved upon it in 2020.
Thank you.
So you're most welcome. But I am really excited about going to Boston.
Yes.
It's a great city. It's a beautiful city, historical. We've been there a few times and we're just really excited about going back. And we'll just have a few questions and let's get excited about forum. So this is our first face-to-face in 2 years. Does it look like the members are excited? Can you sense an excitement in the air?
Well, first of all, it's hard to believe it's been 2 years. Austin was the last time we were together face-to-face. And as you said, for 2 years, we went virtual. I think members are excited about getting back to face-to-face. The people that I've talked to over the last couple of years, have been bummed out. We didn't get to go to Chicago. And then, we had a small group that joined us in Anaheim for the Leadership Summit. But Everybody that I'm talking to is super excited. We've never been to New England before, so that's an exciting thing that, people are excited to be in Boston and to be able to meet together. And so we're really hoping to draw more people from the Northeast, and anybody and everybody is welcome. And we're really, really excited to be planning this event to bring people together again.
Well, that's great. I mean, the Northeast is just such a concentrated population center between Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, all those kinds of cities. So it should be really great. So what do the registration numbers look like?
So right now we have about 340 registered for Boston, and then we have about 150 or so registered just for the virtual experience. We're excited to be able to bring both opportunities to folks for obvious reasons. Some people can't travel, don't want to travel yet. So we are excited to be able to bring both opportunities to our members. We are tracking a little bit slow, I'll be honest, but we did extend early bird registration this year to the end of May, as opposed to the end of April, which has traditionally been the end of early bird, thinking that would give more people more time to know what the environment looked like. Things have been fluid for the last couple of years. So we wanted to give people an opportunity to get the best rates. And so we're hopeful that come May, we'll see that big influx of registrations that we typically see towards the end of early bird.
Right. Well, that's great. Thank you for mentioning that you've extended the early bird registration, because I wasn't even aware of that. So I think that's a great thing to do. And I really, really appreciate what you're trying to do and putting together both a face-to-face and a virtual at the same time. So you once again have challenged yourself. And I think it's so great that you're trying to do that, because obviously there are members who either can't travel because of travel dollars and everything that's going on in the economy, but also a lot of people may still feel uncomfortable getting on a plane or however they may need to get there. So I think that's great. So let's talk a little bit about the concept of the face-to-face and the virtual. Can you give us an idea of how that's going to work for a member who's attending virtually, but the session is being presented live at the same time? Are members able to pose questions during these live sessions? And I'm instructing myself at one of these, or I'm doing two, and one of mine is going to be live with virtual folks at the same time. So it's kind of a personal question too.
Okay. Well, it's a good question. So yeah, the answer is yes. If the session is being streamed from Boston to our virtual platform, CNTV Now, the folks in the virtual audience will be able to chat, the text chat, just like we've done in the last couple of years. And we will have volunteers in the room being the voice of the virtual audience, so that presenters don't have to, try to focus on both in-person questions and virtual questions. So we'll do our very, very best to bring those audiences together. There are sessions within the virtual schedule that are not live streamed, right? So we're streaming 3 rooms from Boston during the live sessions, but we also will have pre-recorded content available for that audience, as well as the plenary sessions will be live streamed as well starting Monday. And then we'll do networking sessions specifically for the virtual audience in different time slots so that they can have their own unique experience.
That's great. I think it's just a tremendous idea that you're trying to do. And I think I hope the members really appreciate it. Speaking of the plenary, I always have trouble with that word, the plenary sessions. Can you tell us a little bit about the keynote speakers you've got lined up?
Yeah, sure. So much like every year, we've got a great lineup of speakers. I think that keynote speakers is one of the highest rated elements of Forum on our surveys over the years. So I'm happy to be able to bring to you these 4 tremendous speakers. John Petz is going to be our opening person, our opening keynote on Sunday. For those who are participating virtually, that session will be recorded and available on demand in the platform, so they can watch that later. Everyone can watch it later. And then John is a motivational speaker. He talks about the power of human connections and peak performance. And we felt that topic really would resonate with the audience this year because we have been so disconnected for the last couple of years. So we're really, really excited about John kicking off. He's apparently very funny. So we'll be hopefully laughing and enjoying his session Sunday morning. Monday, we have Jess Pettit. Jess is a unique individual. She's very eclectic. She's an expert on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we know right now that that's another very big topic. She uses humor to set people at ease about this really important topic. So I'm excited to also see Jess perform, if you will, on Monday. Tuesday, we're actually trying something new. Tuesday morning will be a plenary session about procurement, and I don't have all the details, so we'll have more information to come on that. So that information hopefully will be available in the next few weeks or so. Then Wednesday is our last day. We start the morning with Crystal Washington. Crystal's a very young, vibrant futurist who is going to talk to us about how technology is really changing all of us in the world. So that will get us started Wednesday, and then we'll finish the forum with Rebecca Heiss, who is a doctor. Her session is about a fearless mindset and how we can rewire our brains to optimize the power of positivity. So we'll leave forum in a positive mindset and hopefully be able to take all of that great information that was learned during the week back and make it useful in your everyday lives.
Great. Sounds like a great lineup. And I know I've always enjoyed those sessions on the mornings of the forum. But let's spin a little bit to the fun time. Can you tell us a little bit about the special event, which I think is Monday, right?
It is Monday. We are actually going to Boston to verify location. So, but I will say this, if you're with us in Austin, it's going to be a similar sort of event. It's kind of a concert venue, if you will. They have helped us secure Boston's top dance band. So we all know that our group likes to dance, right? So we'll have some great entertainment. We have a really cool menu set up for you to be able to enjoy some of Boston's local flair of their fair. And then we're going to bring in some entertaining elements of things like a foosball table, a pool table. We have a giant Light Bright game. So do you remember Light Bright, where you plugged in the little pegs and
yeah, okay,
and that you made a picture and it lit up? Well, this is a giant Light Bright. So I'm personally very excited about
very
that.
cool.
People in my generation hopefully will remember that. So it'll be fun. So there's going to be lots of things to do, lots of activities, dancing, great food, just like any normal forum social event.
That's very cool. And I was at Austin, and the special event was very cool at that kind of large venue, nightclub, almost music. It was really fun.
Yeah.
So that's great. So one last question. How's the vendor expo looking?
It's looking okay. I will say that we have about 100 companies right now confirmed. We have about 265 booths available to sell total on the floor. So we've not, we're hoping to sell out that whole show floor. We typically do. We have found in the trade show industry, in my industry, that people are kind of slow to confirm right now, right? They're trying to figure out, do they have salespeople?
Sure.
You know, can I send somebody? Can we afford to do it? So, because they've suffered just like the rest of us the last couple of years. So I have confidence in my sales team that we're continuing to bring business in every week. And I expect by July or so that we'll be close to filling up that space. So it's going to be exciting. It'll be fun. We're going to do a couple of activities in the exhibit hall this year that's new. So hopefully everybody will be, excited about joining that and talking to our suppliers. I will say that when we were in Anaheim, we did have a small expo, and our suppliers were so grateful to have us have this in-person event and bring the community back together. So I have no doubt that the 70 or 80% of our retention rate will continue to stay, and we'll see those exhibitors come back.
Great. I mean, the expo's only one day this year, right?
It's 2 days. It's
Oh, is it
Sunday,
2 days?
Sunday
And
afternoon. Yep. And then Monday morning.
Okay, super. Well, that's great. I know for myself, when I was working, the expo was a great opportunity to see some new technology, new products, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do well in selling out that floor.
Yeah,
So-
and this, actually, we're going to have an innovations theater. So hopefully, we'll get folks who will adopt that idea and bring in some of those new products so that we can do some product demonstration kind of thing. So we're hoping that flies this year as well.
Great. Well, thank you, Carrie. Is there anything else that you think the members need to hear about Forum?
I would just like to say that, this experience is going to be different this year. The last 2 years was strictly virtual. We did improve upon, to your point earlier, the experience overall last year with bringing in some more live and unique social activities. This year is going to be a little bit different. So bear with us. We're hopeful that this whole experience will be great for both audiences. I'm excited that the virtual platform that we used last year is the platform we'll use again this year. And everybody who participates, whether you're in Boston or you're in a virtual environment participating, will be on that platform and will have access to all that content during and after the forum. So we're really bringing you a strong level of content this year. And I encourage everybody to take a look. We'll release a couple weeks before. I encourage everybody to look at the schedules, make a plan so that you know what you want to do. Because if you've got a session, perhaps that 2 sessions in the same time block that you want to participate in, and one of them is being streamed and recorded and available later, you can go to the other one.
That's so great. That is so great, because in the past we never had that opportunity.
Exactly.
So that's just a super idea. And like I said at the top, I'm so excited about getting back face to face. I teach virtually and I enjoy it, but there's nothing like face to face, especially when you're teaching.
Yes.
So let me say thank you sincerely so much for spending a few minutes with us. And we get this word out. We'll have this up on the website for Radio NIGP next month. And hopefully we keep that momentum going. Once again, folks, that was Carrie Winter with NIGP, our Director of Events, and sponsoring, or not sponsoring, but leading the forum in Boston. Thank you again, Carrie.
Thanks, Kurt.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Chapter Updates. This month, I gave several chapters pennies for their thoughts to find out what chapterific ideas they have to support their members who want to attend or are attending NIGP Forum 2022, and what fun things they will be doing with their members at Forum. Let's check in with the chapters to see what I've found. Minnesota chapter president Nikki Castro let me know that they usually have informal evening gatherings with their members in attendance, which often results in fun that might even include pictures of the members in pyramids. The Minnesota chapter is also developing a scholarship program to assist their members who want to attend Forum next year. John Flynn, president of the New York State Association of Municipal Purchasing Officials, also known as SAMPO, reports that his chapter offers scholarships of up to $500 to members to support their attendance at Forum. Oregon Public Purchasing Association President Stephanie Lemhouse shared that her chapter is offering one general membership scholarship for in-person or virtual Forum attendance, and one young or developing professional scholarship for in-person or virtual attendance at Forum. Stephanie will also plan a lunch or dinner with all of the Area 8 members in attendance at Forum. Alina Crow, president of the Oklahoma chapter, sent me a copy of their flyer advertising the scholarship program her chapter offers to their members, assisting them to attend Forum. Carrie Champlin, Idaho chapter president, reports her chapter has a scholarship points program for members to earn funds toward attending Forum. Carrie successfully presented a slideshow to her own agency, put together to justify to her management the need for her entire team to attend Forum this year. And it worked. That reminds me, for those of you working to get the budget dollars to attend Forum, do you know there is an NIGP Forum Value Toolkit document available? Get it today by going to the Forum page on nigp.org and click on the button that says, Why Attend NIGP Forum 2022. Lots of great spirit shown so far, but let's give out a couple more pennies to get even more. The Utah chapter is giving away a scholarship for a member to attend virtual Forum. But President Brooke Smith wants to show her chapter's spirit for those who are in attendance and is considering a lapel pin trade with other chapter members at Forum. Is your chapter interested? Look for an upcoming post on Insight from Brooke. Last but certainly not least, Central Gulf Coast Chapter President Cindy Norton wants to raise her small chapter's voice, preparing a chapter stick, a large printed logo on a board with decor and mounted to a large dowel that they will raise every time their chapter gets a shout out at Forum. But wait, there's even more. CGCC plans to schedule a networking dinner for members in attendance, have chapter shirts, and I've saved the best for last. They will have an in-person member recording and or streaming as they go through the Forum events and classes to share a virtual experience with the members back at home. Well, I'm all out of pennies for the month. We hope this provided some inspiration for supporting your members attending Forum. Let's get ready. It's almost time to go to Forum.
So welcome to Tech Talk for May. Since the focus of the Radio NIGP show for this month is Forum, we thought we'd share some information about the Techie track, not the Trekkie track. So all you Star Trek fans are going to be disappointed. This year, the track that will have information about technology procurement is called Technology and Innovation. So, of course, Christy and I will be collaborating on a class, but more on that in a minute. Please allow us to introduce the fabulous Nathan Dawson. Some of you may know Nathan from a previous NIGP technology classes or from previous forums.
Thank you, Stephanie. You're too kind. Hey, Christy. Thank you both for having me. Long time listener, first time, whatever this is.
So it is important to note that if you are a procurement professional whose focus is procuring technology solutions for your entity, there are 3 classes during Forum that you may want to consider attending. The first session is on Monday, August 22nd from 4 to 5 p.m. Nathan, that is your functionality matrix session. Can you tell us a little about it and why is the little red pill not needed?
Sure. Good questions. Well, if you've seen the movie The Matrix, you might remember that the red pill can be taken to activate a program that allows the Zion crew to locate the person who has taken the pill inside the Matrix power plant. Whoa. So that's confusing. I still don't really understand those movies, but what is not confusing is the functionality matrix, especially if you attend my session. What is a functionality matrix? How do you use one? And should I just take the blue pill instead? We're going to answer all of those questions and more. And you might just leave with a functionality matrix of your own that you can use when you get back to work.
Thank you so much, Nathan. But that really reminds me of the whole Woodstock passing the hat, don't take the brown ones. So anyway, I'm looking forward to coming to your session and asking a lot of questions. So what's up next, Christy?
On Tuesday, August 23rd from 3 to 4:30, you and I will be leading a session on evaluating SaaS proposals. This session will be a collaborative session about creating meaningful and measurable evaluation criteria for software as a service or SaaS solicitations.
So moving right along, the last session that addresses the procurement of technology solutions for your entity is on Wednesday, August 24th from 1:15 to 2:15. And that session is on cybersecurity. So Nathan, you and I are going to partner up for that. So what do we have in store for that session? And why do you think that an entity's data is its currency?
I'm really looking forward to this one. It's actually based on something I heard you say, Stephanie, in one of the classes about, data is your currency. And I got to thinking about that and wondering if that's true, which I believe it is. How do we invest that currency and how do we protect it from disappearing? Cybersecurity, as we all know, is huge right now. It's in the news every time you turn on the internet or read a newspaper, if you still do that. And in fact, the federal government is investing billions and billions of dollars in technology cybersecurity profession as we speak. So given how hot a topic it is, I'm sure we're going to have a spirited discussion about what cybersecurity is, how it works, and how to assess the risks to your data and things to look for to make sure that your data is secure.
I'm so excited, so excited to be working and presenting with both of you. But before we go off and sign out for Radio NIGP this month, there are some other classes that we should give a shout out to in the technology and innovation track. So on Sunday, August 21st, Mike Beavis is talking about buying the future, sourcing solutions that don't exist yet. And also on Monday, August 22nd, Jack Pellegrino is talking about community impactful procurement, ensuring positive community impact, equity, and best value.
On Tuesday, August 23rd, Althea Pimsel is showing procurement technology systems, friend or foe. And then on Wednesday, August 24th, Lisa Mahopko will offer procurement trends beyond COVID.
Then additionally, on Wednesday, the 24th, there's a session about achieving massive operational efficiency with collaborative procurement automation and using technology to improve vehicle purchasing through the NYS Vehicle Marketplace.
Nathan, thanks so much for joining Christy and I this month on Tech Talk.
Stephanie, Nathan, and I are so excited to see everyone at Forum. Until next month, bye.
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 Hello, and welcome to Way to Grow, an NIGP mentorship moment. As all of you know, the NIGP Forum is coming to Boston, Massachusetts this coming August. Have you ever thought about how you describe the many benefits of attending a forum to one of your colleagues? We decided to ask some of the mentors in our program, who've been a part of the NIGP mentorship program for quite some time, just what they would tell their own mentees about attending the forum. So today we're posing the question to that distinguished group of mentors: what advice would you give to your mentee regarding the benefits of attending this year's NIGP forum? So we have four very distinguished panelists with us today. So we'll listen as our mentors enlighten us on what advice they would give to their mentors regarding attending the forum in Boston, or virtually for that matter. So our first mentor is Denise Badillo. Denise, welcome to Way to Grow.
Hi, thank you, Keith.
What advice would you give to your mentee?
My advice to my mentee on why she should attend this year's NIGP forum is that this is her one opportunity to take advantage of all the benefits the forum has to offer. There will be no other time that she will be able to go to one location and find the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and training that is available to her in Boston. The forum offers her networking opportunities that will be like no other networking platform. The experience and talent of the veteran procurement professionals attending the forum is astounding, and they want to share their knowledge. She will be able to learn so much from these individuals by simply asking them to share their thoughts. Once she has attended the training sessions, she can then return to her entity and share this information with her team. She will also make many acquaintances at the forum. Some of those acquaintances will remain simply an acquaintance, but some will form into a relationship that will last a lifetime, and that will be irreplaceable. For these reasons and more, I hope that my mentee is able to attend this year's forum, and that I'm also able to see her in person instead of through Zoom for the first time.
That's great. That'd be a great benefit for sure. We have Juan Corral from California with us here today as well. So Juan, welcome to Way to Grow.
Thank you, Keith.
Now, tell us about what advice you'd give your mentee.
Certainly. So the advice that I would give to my mentee is no matter what stage of his professional career he's currently in, the forum is going to present an excellent career growth opportunity. The education component alone will provide him with the valuable knowledge that can be directly applied to our beloved procurement field. There's a saying that success leaves clues, and what better opportunity to see these clues firsthand being taught by some of the top level professionals at the forum. The experience gained from the forum will add another layer of education and credibility to his professional portfolio. I highly encourage him to attend the forum, and I look forward to meeting him in person.
Well, that's great. And you're absolutely right. Unbeatable quality in the educational sessions at every forum. I can attest to that as well. Our next mentor is Victoria Cortinas from Arizona. So Vicki, what advice would you give to your mentee?
Well, I would definitely encourage my mentee to attend, to register. I think that forum is one of the most amazing opportunities. And 1, 2, 3. Hi. Sorry, I'm going to be the one that's going to be the pain. Okay. Hi, Keith. Yes, I think that forum is an amazing educational and networking opportunity for all procurement professionals. When it comes to the networking, I would encourage my mentee to attend sessions early and sit down next to someone they don't know and introduce themselves, and really expand that procurement community that they have. The educational opportunities include both the plenary sessions, which have national speakers that really are uplifting and reset your energy and re-motivate you and get you ready to go back to your office. And then we have the breakout sessions that provide that foundational up to advanced level learning for the new to be as up to somebody that has been in procurement as many years as I have, is over 25. But I would also really encourage them to attend the Supplier Expo. This is an event that we get, all the national suppliers to attend, and they spend a lot of money and time to come and sit with us during the forum. And just because it's not your specific supplier or your representative, it's very valuable to go through the expo and talk with the suppliers, because they're going to tell you what's coming up, what's new in their fields, what's the new equipment. You also get to meet with some of the cooperative providers that are available, as well as the cooperative contracts, which is invaluable if you're from a smaller agency all the way up to, nowadays nobody has enough staff to do the amount of work. So the Supplier Expo is truly an invaluable option within Forum. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. It's spoken like a true former member of the member council, that's for sure. And last but not least, we're honored to have Lisa Mahalko with us. Lisa, tell us what you tell your mentee. Welcome to Way to Grow.
Thanks, Keith. What I would tell my mentee about Forum and attending Forum is just be that sponge. There is so much knowledge walking the halls, and anywhere you go, you're going to meet an expert at something. But the most important thing I'd tell them is make certain you attend that entity network session. This is a session where you get together with people that are in your same line of business. So if you're at a big city or a small city, or you work in transportation, let's say, or you work as a small county, you get together with others in that same boat. And I guarantee you, because I was there too, I go this every year, you get with them, somebody has either solved the problem that you have currently or are working on that same problem with you currently, and you get that resource. I find that so invaluable. So definitely attend that. And again, the ideas are everywhere. All the sessions are fantastic. The speakers are top notch. I, along with all the rest of my colleagues, I agree. Just attend and just be present, be there.
Well, thanks, Lisa. Appreciate that. So there you have it. 4 different perspectives on the question. I hope that what our mentors told us today will help to convince you that attendance at the NIGP Forum in Boston, or even taking part in the virtual aspects of the forum, will yield multiple benefits for both you and for your entity. I want to thank all of our mentors who joined me today on Way to Grow. And just a reminder that you can find the NIGP mentorship program as well as our mentorship Facebook page at www.nigp.org/events/mentorship. So now this is Keith Glatz speaking and hoping that you'll join me soon here on Radio NIGP for future segments of Way to Grow, and reminding you that this is Radio NIGP.
Hi, this is Kirk Buffington with Radio NIGP. This month, I'm here to let you know about an exciting event coming June 8th and 9th, and that is NIGP VCon, our widely successful virtual conferences. The future of work lies in soft skills. This all-virtual conference focuses on developing the critical skills that you need to differentiate yourself and succeed in the modern workplace. The world is changing rapidly, and how work gets done is evolving. While performing the technical aspects or hard skills of a job are important, it can only take you so far. Mastering soft skills is the key to becoming an irreplaceable asset to your organization. What are soft skills, you may ask? Soft skills are behaviors, personality traits, and work habits, such as collaboration, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, communication, and adaptability. With the growth of team-oriented jobs in the evolving workplace, there's no doubt that soft skills development will strengthen your team and organization. So join us at NIGP VCon on June 8th and 9th from 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Register today by visiting the nigp.org website and clicking on the Events tab. And most importantly, members will receive a 50% discount by using the Sourcewell code found on the VCon webpage. So go register today. Thanks, and talking to you next month.
Welcome to this month's Radio NIGP's Visionary View segment. Today, we have Kara Daniel with me. Say hi, Kara.
Hello.
And Kara, what agency are you from?
I work for Springfield Public Schools in Springfield, Missouri.
Great. Well, welcome to the show. We are so looking forward to having some time with you today. I think our theme today, because we are talking about Forum, we're going to get there. But because we have a Visionary View guest today, we'd like to kind of unravel a little bit about how you even got to where you are in your leadership role. Starting from, how did you get involved with the MAP? And can you tell me what MAP stands for in your chapter?
So I am currently the past president for the Missouri Association of Public Purchasing, MAP. I have been involved with the chapter since 2012. To back up just a little bit, I've been in public procurement since 2004.
Okay.
And I started out in 2004 in the most entry-level position in my office, and over the course of time, worked my way up to become a buyer. So in 2012 is when I became a buyer. And at that time, I became a member of both MAP and NIGP. My first MAP conference that I was able to attend was in 2014. And I really got bit by the bug of attending those events. In the beginning, I was a little hesitant to join in because by nature, I am 1000% an introvert. And so I really have to step out of my comfort zone to join some of the social events that were going on. And I'm really glad that I did, because I was able to meet several of the board members, and I was just really fascinated by MAP's mission and what they were doing, and I really wanted to be involved. So fast forward to 2015, I was nominated by my peers and elected to serve on the MAP board. I have served in various roles since then. I've been the program chair, the communications chair, secretary, vice president. I was president for 3 years. There was a chain of events that happened and COVID. So typically it's only a 1-year term, but I was president for 3 years, and now I am serving as past president.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. That's a lot of accomplishment in just a few years. So, an inspiration. And again, another reason why I thought you'd be a great fit for this month's segment. So speaking of volunteer, I know that we, and I say we, because Kara is really, I feel like my colleague. We've never worked in the same public agency, but yet we've worked together in the chapter ambassadors program. And that's really how I got to know Kara a little bit. And so we are kind of similar in some of the journey, and kind of walk us through being local. We call it the local chapter, but being in the national are just two various experiences, and what the differences are, and what folks could glean on if that's something that's on their horizon, so to speak.
Yeah, so I believe it was 2017, I was encouraged to apply to be a volunteer for NIGP. And I found my home with the chapter ambassadors, and I have not left since. So I am one of 2 Area 6 chapter ambassadors. Our goal is really to go out and share about all of the resources that NIGP has and the value that it brings. And I feel like it goes really well with what I'm doing with MAP as well, because I'm able to relay what's happening at NIGP back to my chapter, and to keep also not only my chapter, but those informed in my agency as well. So I also have learned a lot about all of the resources that NIGP has available, such as Insight. I'm always so surprised when I go out and do a chapter visit, how few people utilize such an amazing resource. So it's really helped me grow because I have learned to use position papers because I'm talking about them when I go out to these chapters, and I'm learning about it myself so that I can be a resource to those around me, those in my chapter, those at my agency, and those that I serve in Area 6.
Awesome. I definitely admire chapter leaders who not just do local, but also national, because that is two hats that you're wearing, and it's hard, but yet because of their passion and love for this public procurement career that a lot of us have just landed by accident, it's contagious. And that energy just continues to, I think, inspire everybody, whether they just arrived a year in public procurement or 10 years or 20 years. It just, we have to keep giving to this profession. And thank you for that. I feel like I'm saying thank you for your service, right? But again, because of this month's theme of National NIGP Forum, can you talk a little bit about, the experiences that you have if someone's a first timer or, an attender for the past few years, what's been the experience at Forum?
So for me, it's really the networking. I love the content, but I love being around other public procurement professionals. The networking really fills my bucket. And again, going back to what I said earlier, sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and go to an event where maybe you don't know anybody. But I think you will find that everybody is so welcoming. Not only at my local chapter, but even at the national level. I have never felt like I wasn't I've always felt at home, I guess I should say, because there are so many people who have such a strong passion for what we do every day, and you're in a room full of them. So I would just say to get involved, to try to meet people and make those connections, because I think it's so very important.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kara. And thank you for, again, being a volunteer, and that you continue to volunteer despite COVID and despite not being able to see folks in person. There's always a way to get involved. Any few last words to our viewers as far as Forum or just being a volunteer with NIGP?
So it's been really rewarding for me. I have made so many friends and connections throughout my volunteerism, and I would just really encourage people to get involved, whether it's at your local level or with NIGP. It's really been a blessing to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody. And thank you for joining us.
All right, my friends, I'm back. And today I want to discuss something I think that we probably should all be having a discussion about as we are discussing our return to the NIGP's forum this year. And that is our behavior. Now, I'm well aware that a lot of you all think that I am a stuffy, conservative personality who hasn't figured out yet how to have fun. And I might be. I'll concede to that, but I'm not judgmental. And so this is what I want to talk about this month. We've all seen colleagues having a good time, which we should, getting on tables, dancing, maybe drinking a little too much, just having a good time in a manner that we've not seen them having it before, because we're always about business, right? And there's always, access to alcohol, a lot of socialization. Everybody is just unwinding after a day of sitting in sessions all day, and we're all glad to see each other. But I just want to encourage you all to really, really think about what this behavior looks like from people on the other side. Now, usually I'm talking about ethics items that are taken from the news. That's not today. We're not doing that today. But I do want you to consider the ethics of our behavior when we get together at meetings and conferences. At the end of the day, if your agency has paid for you to be there, then I'm just asking you to ask yourself, how much responsibility do you have to the agency to represent them well? I understand that after 5 o'clock, your time is your time. But in your time, the agency is paid for you to be in a hotel. They paid your transportation. They're going to be paying for your per diem. They paid the registration fees, all of that. And so there is a level of professionalism that we should be demonstrating even when we're off the clock. If NIGP paid for all of those expenses, or if you pay those expenses out of your own pocket, maybe you don't have a responsibility to your entity. Even with that, I would tend to disagree, because we're public servants and we always want to look good in the eyes of the public. However, given them circumstances, when your entity or agency didn't pay for it, do you still then have a responsibility to your entity or agency to be professional? I don't know. That's up to you to decide. I will say this. Consider the fact that you have a responsibility to yourself to look good. Now, I have been to many conferences in my roles with NIGP. Sometimes I pay for them myself. I've seen a lot of scandals. I've seen people asking in the morning, who did I take back to my room? I've seen a vendor actually undress, put on a robe, step out on the balcony, and end up locking himself out, and actually throwing his furniture over the balcony so that he could get attention that he never got, and then basically having to sleep on the floor of his balcony in 30-degree weather with nothing but his robe. One time I saw where a chapter president invited her family to come to a forum, and one of her children actually broke into the restaurant to steal alcohol. Again, well, maybe that one was, I was going to say none of them are against the law, but maybe that one was unlawful. Nobody went to jail in those instances, but it does reflect back on you. And so as we are moving forward to the conference, I just want you to think about that. What is the perception that you want all the rest of us to have of you? And if one day one of us have to interview you, what do you want us to think back to with regard to your behavior at a conference? Yes, nobody's expecting you to be Stuffy Stacy, but you do have a reputation to protect. Now remember, usually I am ripping something from the headlines and presenting it to you. Today I didn't, but I do collect articles, and if you would love to send me some, please do. I save them as a reminder that sometimes what we do have ultimate consequences. And I might look good in black, but I'll never ever look good in orange. Thank you all.
Hello, friends. I don't know about you, but I am excited at the professional development opportunities that NIGP is providing to us, especially through the VCon and our forum options. We've highlighted so many of the wonderful things that await you when you attend a forum in today's broadcast. But what if you find yourself thinking, I'm really excited and I would love to attend, but my entity, bless their hearts, they're not allowing for travel. Our budgets are so tight that we can't send the entire team. So how do I justify my time away from this crazy normal work schedule that I have? Well, today we're going to talk through a few tips that can help you sell the value of professional development and networking opportunities. Step 1, don't be a hoarder. You heard me. I said it. Don't be a hoarder. Show how your attendance can help benefit the others on your team by offering to do a post-event presentation or a report that you can share with everybody. PowerPoint and presentations in front of your team, not your thing. Write the report, right? There's more than one way around things. Share what you learn. There goes that hoarder. And bring back those golden nuggets of information that will most benefit your entity. Don't keep it all to yourself. Have an entity newsletter. Share something there that will not only benefit your team, but the whole entity. Step 2, plan ahead and don't be a burden to your team. Create a plan for how coverage is going to be maintained and how work's going to get done while you're out. The proactive step shows that you're not trying to avoid doing your work there. Or throw it at anybody else to have them do, that you actually have a plan to make that magic happen in spite of your attendance at a professional development event. Step 3, we cannot overstate the importance of building your professional network. At Forum, you're going to have the opportunity not only to network with the supplier community, but you're going to be surrounded by procurement professionals from across the country and Canada. How better to brainstorm, identify others to collaborate with, or find your next mentor or mentee if you're a seasoned professional. So do you find yourself thinking, Stacy, this is great, but I need a little more information, little 411? I got you. You are in luck. NIGP has created a forum value toolkit that you can access from the forum page or by using the handy dandy link that our editor is going to put somewhere on the screen for you to visit. Check it out. And while you're there, take advantage of the tremendous savings on registration for VCon being held on June 8th and 9th. Half off, just saying. It's amazing and provides an awesome opportunity to sharpen those soft skills that are essential in our profession. And if you already have the support of your entity while you're registering for VCon, go ahead and register for the annual forum as well. Want to travel? We'll see you in Boston August 20th through 24th. Staying close to home? Join virtually August 22nd through 24th. Whether you attend in person or virtually, you are going to receive 20.5 contact hours, on-demand access to all virtual content, 12 entity networking sessions, access to the virtual platform to connect with participants, and access to the virtual supplier resource center. So until next time, friends, get out there, get registered, and have a great day on purpose. Hope to see you at an event soon.